that time of the year. It's time for the playoffs. Playoffs, baby. Playoffs. Playoffs. Yes, it is Super Wild Card weekend, and that means we gotta watch 3,000 more football games. So in this video, I'm going to be previewing each game, giving my thoughts on who I think is going to win. So let's get into it. First up in the NFC, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the 5 teams that I picked to make it to the Super Bowl. Why? Because they're one of the few teams that I feel that has everything that they need to win another championship. They have a defense that can get into the backfield, that can create turnovers, get teams off the field on third downs. They are very athletic. They get to the ball carrier very quickly. They have DBs that can play man-to-man. And offensively, they have an offensive line that can give Brady time in the pocket to survey the field, go through his reads, complete passes. Even though they've suffered some major losses like Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown, this team still continues to prove as to how much depth that they have. The fact that they can suffer key injuries and still play like a fully functional unit, almost as if no one got injured and the chemistry isn't disrupted, just shows you how much talent that they have. And so I think if Philly is to pull off an upset, they're going to have to run the football. Okay, they're at their best when they run the football. I feel like they don't run the football enough. Jalen Hurts, I don't think he is a proficient passer. I thought he did a bit of a better job as the season went on, going down the stretch, but I think Philly is going to have to utilize their running back. I was watching Philly's last game of the season, and one of the announcers mentioned Miles Sanders is injured with a wrist injury or some kind of hand injury. So hopefully he'll be back for the playoffs. If he is, give him the ball, give Boston Scott the ball, get the running game going, set up play actions, bootlegs. In this case, Jalen Hurts, his legs are going to be a key factor in this game and probably throughout the playoffs if they get past Tampa. Defensively, they got to get to Brady. Fletcher Cox is going to have to step up. He hasn't really been the same since their Super Bowl run. He's going to have to find that Super Bowl Fletcher Cox that helped them get to the Super Bowl and win it. That defensive front 4, that front 7 is going to have to get into the backfield, not give Brady time, get in his face, make him uncomfortable. So I think if they were to do those things, they will increase their chances of winning. But I think that it still won't be enough. Tampa is going to run all over them, and I just don't think that this game is going to be a close one. So I got Tampa beating Philly pretty bad. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Some nostalgia in this one, an old rivalry. This is one of those games that could possibly steal the show this weekend. San Francisco and Dallas, I think, are relatively even. Both teams are capable of getting into the backfield, creating pressure. In this case, Dak Prescott is really going to have to, like Jalen Hurts, he's going to have to utilize his legs just as much as his arm, because I believe Joey Bosa, Fred Warner, Eric Armstead, they are eventually going to get in the face of Dak Prescott, and Dak is definitely going to have to buy some time in the pocket so he can survey the field and try to keep plays alive. I don't think he's going to be able to just sit back there and go through his reads to find an open receiver. I think both teams in the passing game are going to try to attack their weakest corners. I think San Francisco is definitely going to take some chances at Trayvon Diggs, probably with Deebo Samuel. He's been a MVP candidate this year, so I think that they are going to try to match Deebo one-on-one with Trayvon Diggs, because I don't think Diggs is that shutdown corner. I don't think you can ask Diggs yet to play one-on-one with some of the best receivers in the league, although he's definitely had a good season, much better season than last year. But still, I don't see Trayvon Diggs and say to myself, oh yeah, teams aren't going to take a whole lot of chances at him because he is this elite corner, and vice versa. I think Dallas is going to try to take shots at Ambry Thomas, the rookie cornerback out of Michigan. Since he's been starting, he hasn't really looked too great, so expect guys like Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb to match up one-on-one with him. I think Dallas, as far as the wide receiving core, they have more weapons than San Francisco. I like their wide receiving core a lot better than San Francisco's. San Francisco I think is going to try to definitely run the ball and create bootlegs, which if you've seen the Kyle Shanahan's offense, that's how he's going to operate. So yeah, this one's a bit of a coin toss for me. I think I'll pick Dallas to win this one. When it comes to passing game, they will be a bit too much for San Francisco to handle, and also I think the fact that Dak Prescott is a lot more mobile than Jimmy will play a factor in that as well. I got Dallas winning on Sunday. And the final game in the NFC wildcard playoffs are 2 of my 5 Super Bowl picks. And by the way, I did a video on if I thought Dallas to the Super Bowl as well. But yes, the Cardinals versus the Rams, 2 of my 5 Super Bowl picks are going to clash head-to-head on Monday. Now, I picked the Rams to actually make it to the Super Bowl because I felt that they are the only team that can really compete with Tampa, and plus I like the Rams. So Arizona versus LA. Issues with Arizona this season has been their pass rush, their lack of ability to stop the run, and their offensive line. Now I think that their pass rush got a little bit better as the season went along. Chandler Jones, I thought, had a quiet year where Arizona is finally relevant again and they're having success again. I didn't think he really showed up for a good majority of the season, but he did finally start to come on at the end of the season. Their run defense, it's still an issue. It's still a problem. Sean McVay, he loves to dominate at the line of scrimmage, run the ball. And now the Rams hasn't really done a spectacular job of running the football this season, but they have been consistent at trying to run the football. And I think on Monday, they're going to have a big day on the ground because they're playing against Arizona. That offensive line for Arizona, when you're going up against Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, Kyler Murray's got to be saying to himself, I hope I don't get killed on Monday, because that offensive line is going to struggle. Kyler Murray is going to have to make some plays with his legs, keep the plays alive, so he can survey the field. For the Rams, I have not been too impressed with them offensively for a while now. Ever since they went on that losing streak, I have not been too impressed with them offensively. Matthew Stafford just has to play better. Even when they were winning, I wasn't too impressed. So Matthew Stafford has to play better, has to take care of the football. If that deep shot isn't there, don't take it. There was a few throws he had this season where he was trying to hit a wide receiver down the field and he would be double teamed by the safety and the cornerback and it would get picked off or almost picked off. There were throws where he would take horrible reads and be inaccurate at times. Matthew Stafford just has to play better. The Rams must establish a running game, and I think they'll be fine. Defensively, I think they've been pretty well. They've gotten their crap together. I got the Rams beating the Cardinals in a close one. Now it's time for the AFC. The Pittsburgh Steelers will face the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night in what will most likely be Pittsburgh's final game of the season and Big Ben Roethlisberger's last game as a Steeler. I just read an article yesterday saying that Big Ben said that we don't stand a chance on facing the Chiefs. Let's just go out and have some fun. Well, at least the man is honest, because I don't think they stand a chance either. Kansas City Chiefs, it seems like they have gotten their mojo back. And FYI, I also did a video on who I thought would make it to the Super Bowl coming out of the AFC. But the Kansas City Chiefs were on that list. It seems like they have gotten their mojo back. Defensively, they have been playing much better. Offensively, they've been playing like we're used to seeing the Chiefs play. For Pittsburgh, they still continue to have these grinded out type of games. Offensively, it's not really explosive. A lot of short, quick, intermediate throws. They don't really do a good job of creating a running game, even though I think Najee Harris is a good running back for them. Big Ben still continues to not do a good job of taking care of the football. I just don't see the Steelers hanging with Kansas City in this one, so I got Kansas City by like 40 points. Moving on to the Patriots and the Bills. I'm sure Bills fans are really looking forward to this one. They are chomping at the bit because the Patriots have dominated that division. They have dominated the Bills for so long. So now the Bills finally get a shot at eliminating the Patriots from the playoffs. I'm sure they would love it if Tom Brady was still there, but still. That Patriots logo is still there and it's still the same. Bill Belichick is still there and he's still the same. But yeah, Buffalo, Josh Allen hasn't really been the Josh Allen that we saw last season, where he was like a true MVP candidate. He was throwing that ball around. He finally took that next step in showing accuracy in his passes. This season, he was really inconsistent. I think the Bills really need to establish a running game. They don't do that enough. They constantly go into the shotgun, and they constantly have Josh Allen throwing the football more than he should, I feel. And you have Mike Singletary, who I think is a very good back. Defensively, they're pretty stacked. That's one of the best defenses in the league. For New England, Mac Jones, without a doubt, the best rookie of the season. He's doing what Bill and Josh McDaniels need him to do. He's running that patented Patriot-style offense, dinking and dumping, getting the ball out of his hand quickly. Although, he has thrown the ball down the field a few times this season. I'm not saying that he's incapable of throwing it down the field. I would like to see him throw it down the field a little bit more. I think he is capable of doing that. Defensively for the Patriots, I'm sure they're going to be able to get into the backfield and harass Josh Allen. Josh Allen is going to have to take better care of the football, utilize his legs, and make some plays happen. So this game could go either way, in my opinion. I think it'll depend on which team can make more plays when the opportunity presents itself, because I think this is going to be yet another low scoring game like the first time they played on Monday night. Granted, I don't know what the weather conditions are going to be like because New England only threw the ball 3 times in that game. Whether the weather conditions are perfect or not, I still think that it's going to be a pretty low scoring game, and whoever makes that first mistake and capitalizes on it is going to come out the winner. So I guess I'll go with probably Buffalo because they're going to be at home, and I think that crowd is going to really give them an advantage. And plus, it's New England and it's the playoffs, so I'm sure there's a lot of Bills fans that have dreamt of this moment. So the fact that the Bills are going to be at home, the crowd's going to be crazy. I think Buffalo will ride the momentum in this game to help them secure a W. So I got the Bills against the Patriots. And the final game of the wild card weekend, super wild card weekend, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Sorry for that horrible Chris Berman impression. If you're a fan of offense and you like to see a lot of points being scored, this may be the game for you. Both defenses will give up points in yardage, so like the Bills in the Patriots game, I think whoever is going to make that mistake and capitalize on it is going to become the winner. I see this game going above 30. Both teams are going to score more than 30 points, so whoever can get that one stop and capitalize on it is going to come out the winner. And I'll take Las Vegas because I like Joe Burrow. I think that Cincinnati has finally found their franchise quarterback, but he just doesn't do a good job of taking care of the football, and he turns it over a bit too much for me. I'm going to go with Las Vegas. So that is my picks for this weekend. Bucks, Cowboys, I got the Rams, the Chiefs, Bills, and the Raiders. So this should be a fun weekend. There should be some good games, no doubt. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe for more content. And that is it. I am out.